On the Fairfield Trojans in some 5:30 varsity action. This isn't going to make Ernie Banks happy, but we're just going to play one game on the varsity tonight. I've got the lineups here quick for you for uh, the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. Weisinger playing right field. Huey's pitching. Huffman in center. Bartlett at catcher. Fuller in left field. Lined is the DH. Frazee, I think, is playing first base, and Ellison at third base. The shortstop's going to be DH four. The Trojans are going to have Burkett on the mound here. Dane Burkhart. He's a returning Southeast Conference Player of the Year, and he's done well at first base. Well, behind the plate, they've got Westerkamp tonight. Coleman's at first. Adams at second. Boss Richardson at short. Countryman's at third. He's being DH for by Workman. Kruger out in right. Bisgard in center. And the Wrecking Crew's out there in left field. The Trojans on a little bit of a roll here. They're 6-3 coming into this game. They got a doubleheader win over Mount Pleasant to start conference plays, as well as did Fort Madison started out with a sweep of Keokuk. So they're also 2-0 in the conference here, 4-4 overall. And we are about ready to kick this thing off. The right fielder,
leading off,
Weisinger.
Right fielder number 18, Owen Wiesinger.
Wiesinger coming to the plate. He's a left-handed hitter. Now Burkhart's been pitching, and he pitched some in the. He pitched a complete game, I believe, in the first game of a doubleheader against Mount Pleasant. Here comes the pitch, foul ball, and the ball game is underway. You are listening to Fairfield Trojan Baseball on Round Guy Radio. So it's a big game, early start. I guess most of the varsity conference games are going to be 5:30 games, and I'm happy to hear it. Fired over a little late. Good hustle. But Fort Madison gets their leadoff guy on base.
Batting second for the Bloodhounds, the pitcher number 10, Reese Huey.
Reese Huey coming up. He's the pitcher. He's got a guy on base to start the game out with. The Trojans played pretty stellar defense, but boy, did they hit the ball hard the last broadcast. 2 home runs, a triple, and 4 or 5 doubles. Balls off the wall, gap, all night long. And they got a couple pretty impressive wins over Mount Pleasant to start this thing off. Ground ball up the middle, could be 2. He gets 1, he takes it himself, fires it over. Oh, the first baseman can't hold on to it. That's Coleman. Coleman hit a 3-run homer in the last game. Well, in the first game of the doubleheader anyway, that we broadcast here. The Trojans had their first game at home this year and then went on the longest road trip I've heard of since Noah. But we're back, and we got a whole bunch of home games for you this week, including one tomorrow night against Mid-Prairie. That'll be a 7:30 start. See if I can't get some of this here. Well, they looked like they were going to have a double play there, but they don't. The guy pops it up. Bisgard comes underneath it, camps underneath it, he squeezes it, and we just like that, we got 2 outs.
With 2 outs, up for the Bloodhounds, the catcher number 4, Stefan Burlett.
And I just got it shared onto the page. So we are live. Oh, we'll get some people start watching pretty soon. So this is Huffman. No, wait a minute. This is Burlette. Runner at first base. Ground ball up the middle. Looks like it's going to get through, and it does. So with 2 outs and 2 on here in the first inning.
Up for the Bloodhounds, left fielder number 9, Michael Fuller.
Well, Michael Fuller, he's a senior. And he's playing left field tonight. And he's got a big opportunity here to start this game off with. Fairfield's junior high is taking on Mount Pleasant, and I'm hoping to get some scores from Scotty Melvin. He's helping coach that team. Hey, we got some people watching. The scoreboard is out. Foul ball. So your guess is as good as mine at the count and all that good stuff.
Oh, wow.
No balls in a strike. Dane Burkhart looking to work his way out of a little bit of a late inning jam here. A swing and a miss. Took something off of that. He was way out in front of it. Well, Fuller trying to dig in and get something. Any kind of a hit would probably score at least 1 run. Did he hit him? Nope. Plays a little chin music and backs him up a little bit. Strike right in there. Strike 3.
Strike 3 for the third.
Burkhart gets out of the inning. Boy, he
midway point in the first inning.
Pitched really great against Mount Pleasant. He looked like he's off to a real good start there. Well, today's game is brought to you by Smithburg Auto of Fairfield, Iowa. If you need to buy a car, get a hold of Dave Smithburg. If you need to rent a car, get a hold of Dave Smithburg. If you need to have your car worked on, get a hold of Smithburg Auto. They can take care of you there. Got a professional staff of mechanics. They got a courtesy driver over there for you. Take good care of you and your vehicle. But if you need parts for your vehicle, you also Smitty's salvage yard there. So he's doing a lot for Fairfield, and we appreciate him. I certainly appreciate his support of Round Guy Radio and the Fairfield Trojans. We'll get our first look at this young man, Huey. He's pitching. Now, Mount Pleasant certainly gave up a lot of runs, but they didn't walk batters. They kept throwing strikes, but the Trojans was just hitting the ball all over the place. And if they can continue to hit like this, they're going to be in great competition for a third straight conference championship.
Leading off for the Trojans, the designated hitter number 6, Jason Workman.
Jason Workman for a living coming to the plate, and he jumped on a fastball, got out in front of it, and drove it over the left field wall against Mount Pleasant to get an inning going off. And I think they scored several runs that inning. Strike on the outside corner. Here comes the pitch. Ball outside. So Workman at the plate. Huey on the mound. I was watching Fort Madison's defense in the warm-ups, and they looked very good. The infield looked real sharp. Workman takes strike 3 over the outside corner. There was a little Might have been a little bit of a slider or something, or some kind of a cut fastball, because it just moved a little bit at the very end, but not enough to get out of the strike zone. Well, here comes a guy that can hit, and that's Dane Burkhart. Here's a drive, base hit. Burkhart rounds first base, but he goes back.
To single. That brings up the right fielder, number 5, Archer Kruger.
Archer Kruger hit the ball off of the wall about 3/4 the way up. He made a bid for a home run.
Pitcher, that's number 11, Liam Hunter.
Liam Hunter coming in for Burkhart as a courtesy. Burkhart doesn't need to extend his energy out there on the bases. Nothing to nothing. Fort Madison threatened a little bit, got runners at first and second, but did not score. Archer Kruger, one of the many, many left-handed hitters that the Fairfield Trojans send out to the plate. Burkhart's back over, and they're right to keep an eye on him because he's stolen several bases already this year. Fairfield is an aggressive base-running team. Ball outside. Hey, the audience is picking up pretty good. Appreciate you guys out there watching. If you want to give us a like or comment on where you're watching from or what team you're cheering for, I'd be appreciative of all that. Center fielder camping underneath it. Kruger gives it a ride.
The 8 unassisted for the second.
But there's 2 outs.
And that brings up number 2, center fielder, Ethan Bisgar.
Ethan Bisgar, Bisquick, he's their batting up tonight. And I think he had 3 doubles in that last doubleheader. And he is a threat when he gets on the bases, too. We'll see if Burkhart don't try to get down there to second base, and the pitcher was thinking he might, too. But it'd be nice to get him in scoring position here with 2 outs, and we got the biggest audience of the night so far. It's varsity baseball, and there's going to be a lot of 5:30 varsity baseball this year here in Fairfield. Ground or drive, third baseman, fields and fires, and that's it. So a quick first inning. I again want to thank Smithburg Auto, Fairfield Auto, for giving us that first inning.
The 5-3 put out for the third out of the inning brings us to 0-0 at the end of first. At the end of the first, we'll be going into the top of the second after the team's warm up.
Well, Iowa Tire of Fairfield, Iowa, is going to bring you this here second inning. I want to thank Jeremy and Betty Howard over there for all they do, particularly for the farming community, for the guys with the ag equipment. They're great at helping them with their tires and getting them fixed, and they go out in the field and help them. And when we're planting and harvesting, and Jeremy is just 24/7 rolling out and helping the farming community, but they help everybody. I sure buy a lot of tires from them and get service work from them. They've been around for, I believe, 55, 56 years, something like that. I know in the 70s, they used to be up on the square back when you could buy a tire for $10. Now you need to mortgage your house to get 4 new tires. Well, the big feller's coming up, number 16.
Up now for the Bloodhounds, the designated hitter, number 6, Nolan Lamb.
Nolan Lamb coming to the plate for the Bloodhounds. He takes a big cut at the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Burkhart in his second inning of work. A little bit more of the field in there of play. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball, second baseman, Owen Adams. Fields and fires, and we got one out.
For the first out of the inning, retired Lamb. And that brings up the first baseman, number 20, Cade Glenn.
Well, the Fairfield Trojans infield has made a lot of plays this year. And I think that's kept that's going to bode well for them. And I think that's why they're 6 up and 3 down this year. Another left-handed hitter coming up to bat. Crazy. Ellison, never nervous Ellison on deck there. Jay Ellison.
The line out to the pitcher for the second out.
Hits it right back to Burkhart. Now, I'll tell you,
number 3, the second baseman, Case Crazy.
well, the old timers will tell you if you're pitching and you field your position, that'll add 2 wins to your total for the year. And a quick 2 outs here in the Iowa second inning. He hits it. The left fielder moving over. He catches it. Boy, I tell you, that outfield is just as good as the infield.
And the left fielder, Jacob.
And that's Jacob, the wrecking crew, tracking things down.
We go into the bottom half of the second, 0-0.
0-0 as we catch to the bottom of the second. As will come up the bat here. Burkhart has a short inning. You know, you don't need to strike everybody out. You can get out of the inning in 3 pitches without striking people out. And it's less about getting strikeouts and more about getting outs and getting them quick. Well, Huey had himself a pretty good first inning for the Bloodhounds. Getting past some really good Trojan hitters, too. Well, the batting order is Dyson Workman for 11 for the Trojans. Led off the game. Dane Burkhart, Kruder, and Bisgard, and I think that's where we left off. Boss Richardson will bat. Boss Richardson, Westerkamp, and Coleman, who hit a 3-run homer in the last game. And then Adams and Crew if they get that far. So the boss Richardson.
Leading off for the Trojans, the shortstop, number 10, Boss Richardson.
He was the player of the game in the second game when he pitched that game and did a great job. And takes the first pitch inside, ball 1. Once again, there is no scoreboard, but we don't need one because there is no score so far. But I think they're got a plan in place to get that thing going here in the recent future. Strike right in there. We'll see what Richardson does. He's been a pretty good hitter this year. I got Scotty Melvin supposed to be feeding me some scores of the junior high game I'll be able to give you. Swing a little contact. Voss Richardson does not swing and miss much. Ball 4, we got a leadoff runner on. Boy, I'll tell you, anytime the coach is in the dugout and he sees his pitcher go out and walk the first batter, he just shakes his head. Now, Aiden Westerkamp, more than any other player on this team, I think has grown more in the last year. He's bigger. He looks so big. I got a feeling he's going to be hitting some home runs this year. But he's trying to bunt here. He doesn't get it down. The throw goes down. What a nice steal there by Voss Richardson. And with nobody out, There's a runner at second base. And Westerkamp at the plate. And Westerkamp's a big fellow. He squared the bunt, but the ball got by and the runner just stole anyway. Ground ball foul down the third base line. You're watching Fairfield Trojan Baseball on Brown Guy Radio, YouTube channel. Runner breaks. Might have been a hit and run there because he put a little contact on the ball. The Trojans are real aggressive. There's nobody out. I'd hate to see a guy get thrown out at third base with nobody out. Drive! The left fielder backing up some more. He comes up with it. And you get that ball a ride.
Flies out to left field. That brings up the first baseman, number 7, Jackson Coleman.
Well, both Huey for the Bloodhounds and Burkhart for the Trojans have benefited from having some pretty good defense played behind them tonight. Coleman, he's going to drive in a run. Bobbles it in right field. And Coleman, who hit a 3-run homer in the first game of the doubleheader last time, gets the Trojans on the board here with 1 out.
Up now for the Trojans, the second baseman, number 4, Owen Adam.
Owen Adam, Ronnie Howard lookalike. Sometimes they call him Richie Taylor. Sometimes they call him Opie Cunningham. Sometimes we just refer to that movie, Eat My Dust. There's a lot of people here tonight. Fort Madison travels well. They got a lot of big fans over here. Ground ball past the third baseman. They might have to hold, they are holding Workman up.
Owen Adam with the single.
Owen Adam
First and second.
keeps the ball moving.
Number 24, Jacob Crew.
Jacob, the Wrecking Crew, coming up now. He bats number 9, but he has been clutch with runners on base this season. Ball outside. Henry Adam of the Pekin Panthers. He run a homer and a grand slam in a game this week. Ground ball. Could be 2. They get the first one. They don't get the second one, and the runner's coming home. And he makes it. Again, the very aggressive base running by the Fairfield Trojans pays up. And it's 2-0 here in the Iowa Tire second inning. They get Owens at second base, but they cannot turn the double play as the speedy Wrecking Crew, Jacob the Wrecking Crew, beats the relay to first base.
Up at the plate,
and Coleman just kept running.
Will be the designated hitter, number 6, Workman.
Probably a really good throw does get him on that play, but that's not what they got. And 2 runs in. I think there's just 1 out. Is there 1 out? 2 outs. So forgive me because there's no scoreboard here. So we get an extra run with 2 outs, and that may keep your pin in that one because that might become real important later on in this game. Well, Dyson Workman for a living. Went deep the other day, hits a ground ball here. Shortstop Fields fires. Oh, and they just get him by an eyelash over there. He was picking him up, putting him down on the way over there, and that's all she wrote for the second inning.
At the end of 2, in the book, literally, we do have the score: Fairfield Trojans 2, the Fort Madison Bloodhounds 0.
Well, Burkhart's going to come out for his third inning. He'll face Jay Ellison. And then back to the top of the order after that. The Trojans are looking sharp this year. But you can field and pitch all you want. You got to hit the ball. You got to put points on the board. And the Trojans got it done in that inning. Well, Henry Adam isn't the only Pekin Panther that's having a pretty good week. So is this young man, Win, who got a win and a save this week.
In the top third baseman, number 8, Jay Ellison.
Never nervous, Purvis Ellison at the plate. He tries to lay one down, and he does. Burkhart fields it. And Burkhart's made a couple great plays off of the pitching mound, and then it's helping him out there.
A nice fielding your position play. Brings up the leader, the right fielder, number 18, Owen Weissinger.
Now, I don't know exactly what pitcher you'd want to watch today, but when I was growing up, it was Jim Cott. Man, as soon as he released the ball, he became a fielder. He won Gold Glove after Gold Glove after Gold Glove. Greg Maddox was also a really good fielding pitcher. So the leadoff batter, Weissinger, is at the plate. Right fielder. He got on base last time. Ground ball over Burkhart's head. The shortstop comes over the Owen Adams with a great play, moving to his left and getting the ball. That's so hard to get momentum on the ball when you're moving away from the first base, but he did it there. I got a text message from the basketball coach down there. He's a Watson. I appreciate you. Ball on the inside. Burkhart. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball at shortstop. Fields. Fires. Perfect throw. Man, you couldn't get a better throw.
Fires that one to first base for the third out.
3 up and 3 down, back-to-back innings.
The third inning, the bottom half. Trojans 2, Bloodhounds 0.
Well, I've got some Keaton Wynn baseball cards to show you here as we're having a sale this weekend. Some of the sales of these proceeds help out with the cost of the broadcast. But this is Keaton's very first ever card. It's the Tops Now card. That was the day he was called up, and he got a 5-inning save in that game. Here was his card from last year. It's a Sacramento River Cats King. He did get called up at the end of the year. This is another Keaton Wynn rookie card. Little blue color there. Here's another one. Here's a little holiday flavored one. Heritage high number. Keaton Wynn card. Keaton Wynn holiday Easter egg card. And we'll do the rest of them at the bottom of the inning.
Trojans in the bottom half of the third. Pitcher number 8, Dane Burkhart.
Dane Burkhart, he's number 2 in the lineup, but he's leading off this inning. He's got a 2-run lead. Here's the third inning. It's brought to you by Wyatt Moore in the Livestock Risk Management Partnership here. First half of the inning went by so fast I didn't mention it. But if you've got any cattle and you'd like to lock a price in on it, guarantee yourself a profit. You see a price you like, you can lock it in. They'll guarantee that you get the money. But they also now are, here's the pitch, ground ball. Shortstop backhands it, fires it over. Safe. He either beat it out or maybe the throw pulled the first baseman off a little bit. But they're
brings up number 5, the right fielder, Archer Kruger.
Archer Kruger comes in. They will, for the first time ever, they're insuring you from loss of cattle. So if you have some cattle and you lose a few of them, you can still get a check from Wyatt Moore over there. So if you want to get a hold of the Wyatt Moore and the Livestock Risk Management Partnership of Minneapolis, big supporter of Round Guy Radio, and we appreciate them. Throw over. Card at first, nobody out. Kruger at the plate. Kruger had one. He missed a home run by about 4 feet in the last game we had here against Mount Pleasant.
Courtesy runner Liam Hunter is in the game.
Liam Hunter back for his second opportunity to make things happen. Fouls it off, going down the line. Third baseman coming hard. He can't quite get to it. We're getting a few likes there. I appreciate you guys for watching. This year, a lot of these conference games are going to be at 5:30 for the varsity. Drive! Hits that on the screws. Right fielder Archer Kruger at the plate. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outs. Nope, I guess it's a ball. Kruger looking for one he likes. See if he can't launch it.
The runner thrown out.
And they pick off the runner at first base.
Up at the plate. 1-2 count.
One ball and 2 strikes. He pops it up. The shortstop backing up a little bit. And he squeezes it. I'm impressed with their shortstop.
With 2 outs up at the plate, center fielder number 2, Ethan Bisgard.
Well, 2 up and 2 down. Combination of a pickup and a pop-up. Ethan Bisgard looking to get something started with 2 outs. Strike right on in there. Ball in the dirt. Hey, it's the biggest audience of the night. I appreciate you guys watching. Ground ball. Second baseman coming in hard. He bobbles it. You can't bobble it when Bisgard's running. He's the fastest guy on this field, probably.
That brings up the shortstop, number 10, Boss Richardson.
The Boss Richardson, who puts the bat on the ball. It makes a lot of contact, and he doesn't strike out. So, but I'd like to see Bisgard scoot on down to second base if he can and get in scoring position. They scored an extra run in the second inning, in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs. Throw over. He's back. You're watching the Fairfield Trojans on Round Guy Radio. Runner breaks. Pops him up. He can't get to it. No, he held him up there. Last time they took a chance and sent him. And it paid off. Runners at first and third. The shortstop, that was how everybody talks about how great Derek Jeter was, but he couldn't make that play almost ever. Western Camp. I'm a big fan. And this is a great place for him to get something done here. Drive, third base, fields, bubbles. He can't get it up. Fires. He can't get to him, and the run scores.
Westerkamp called safe at first, brings in a run.
Westerkamp with his long legs and his stride gets himself down there just in time and picks himself up an RBI, and it's 3-0.
Jackson Coleman. We do have a courtesy runner for the catcher. Looks like number 20, Mason Crew.
Mason Crew. Eric and Bob Hoffman are liking my post there about the game being on the air. Foul ball. Both these teams stand tied on top of the conference at 2-0. Both getting a doubleheader wins as Fort Madison beat Keokuk and Fairfield beat Mount Pleasant. It doesn't look like Keokuk's having an outstanding year, I guess you'd say right off the bat. Drive! Deep! The left and right fielder going back, off the top of the wall! Coleman is inches from his second home run, and he drives in another run. And it's 4-2, and that was by far the hardest hit ball of the night.
That brings up the second baseman, number 4, Owen Adam.
Owen Adam, and he has been stellar this year and very clutch, both offensively and defensively. Four to nothing. Runners at second and third, and they could make a big difference if he can drive in both of those runs. A little single up the middle should do it. But it's 4-0. It could go to 6. Let's see what Owen Adam can do here. He takes a strike one and ball one. And both pitches were very close to each other. But Owen Adams got a pitch he's looking for. We'll see if he gets it here. Ball outside. Left-handed hitter Jacob the Wrecking Crew on deck. Third inning. Strike. He gives him the strike on that one. Has 3 pitches, almost an identical spot. One of them has been balls and 2 have been strikes. Ground ball up the middle. We might have it. The shortstop picks it up. He throws, and they get him.
Adam called out on the play by the shortstop for the third out of the inning. That brings the score 4-0 after 3 in favor of the Trojans.
Well, that was a terrific inning there, and they do put a couple more runs on the board. It's 4-0, right?
4-0.
4-0 here as we're going in to the top of the 4th inning. The 4th inning is going to be brought to you by Henshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. If you have cattle and you need to move them, get a hold of Corwin Henshaw. He's got over 50 years experience over there. He's as the Trojans are back-to-back conference champions, he's back-to-back North American Trailer Salesman of the Year, and he has these new Henshaw, or he has these new trailers in that are the state of the art. Give him a call in Richland, Iowa. He can help you out. Well, I'll get out a couple more of these here Keaton Win cards that I got. This is a Ray Wave card. A Bowman's Youthquake card. These are real expensive ones. This is Mosaic. And a box of these cards is $1,500. Little refractor there. And we'll take a pause as the game's about to start again here.
For the Bloodhounds at the top of the fourth, we have number 2, center fielder, Owen Huffman.
Owen Huffman coming to the plate. He's a center fielder. Trying to get something started. Burkhart let a couple guys on base in the first inning, but it's been 6 up and 6 down since that. Ground ball, foul out of play. Huffman's the number 3 letter. Burlett is the next batter, and then Fuller. Ground ball, third baseman kicks it a little. Kind of took a big hop on him there, but he kept it in front of him.
Bringing up the catcher, number 4, Stephon Burlett.
Stephon Burlett comes to the plate, and he is the cleanup hitter. As Huffman does what his team needs him to do and gets on base here. Swing and a miss. It looked like a little changeup. He had him way out in front of that. We certainly have a lot of fans from both teams here for Round Guy Radio, but we've switched to YouTube, and I don't know that everybody has found us yet, as of yet. But we had to make the decision to switch over to YouTube because it's just a much, much, much better platform for us. Runner started to go, and then went back. This game is moving right along because we're already in the 4th inning. The Henshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa, 4th inning, I might mention. Fouls it off, a little late swinging on that one. He's been early and he's been late on this same at bat. Burkhart, one thing I really like about him is he does not take a lot of time between pitches. He just grips it and rips it. Drive, left fielder, Crew, squeezes it. Boy, he's good. I don't think anybody's got a better outfield than the Trojans.
Left center.
I mean, Kruder and Biergard and Crew.
For the Bloodhounds, number 9, Michael Fuller.
Well, Michael Fuller comes up, runner at second base, and now 1 out. The number 5 hitter. Fuller, as in I was hungry, then I ate, now I'm fuller. They're not all gyms, folks. Drive, that's a base hit. We might have a run score. Crew picks it up, and he gets it back in quick enough. They can't turn that third base runner into a score yet.
Fuller. Runners at first and third for the Bloodhound.
Designated hitter.
The designated hitter, number 16, Nolan Lamb.
Nolan Lamb coming to the plate. Trojans looking for a double play to maybe get out of this inning or a pop up or a strikeout or something.
Don't forget about that concession stand. Hot food and cold drinks.
It is the top of the 4th inning, and the score is 4-0 Fairfield Trojans, but the Bloodhounds are knocking on the door here. Throw over to first. And And they're probably thinking about sending that guy down there to get out of the double play. He's got a pretty good lead. He goes. Throw down. Runner at third stays, but he gets the stolen base. And the Bloodhounds are in the best position they've been in all night long, with runners at second and third. Any kind of a base hit could cut this lead in half. But a ground ball to the second baseman, a fly ball, a pass ball, ground ball gets past the third baseman. One run is in. They're going to send him. There could be a play at the plate. It's a good throws a little off line. And the Bloodhounds have cut this lead in half. 4-2.
Lamb. That brings up the first baseman, number 20, Cade Glenn.
So that stolen base pays off for a run for Fort Madison. Well, the big feller comes through with a 2-out RBI single here in the top of the fourth inning, cutting the Trojans' lead in half.
Looks like we have a pinch runner for Lamb. When I get the number, I will let you know.
So courtesy runners coming in. Lamb looks more like he's built for hitting than running, I guess. Frazee. And that's a drive in the gap. Woo! Kruger almost threw him out at second base there.
Glenn to right field. That brings up the second baseman, number 3, Case Racing. The pinch runner appears to be number 23, Noah Chinstock.
Chimstock's in.
Yeah.
Runners at first and second, 1 out. And nothing was going right offensively for Fort Madison, and all of a sudden everything's going right for them. Ground ball, foul, and out of play.
What did they say? They're sending a new unit.
New console, new receiver, and actually
Burkhart on the mound.
Whole new. Both sides.
That one won't communicate with the receiver. So I'll have to replace the receiver.
Throw down, they got him. They got him. 2 outs.
Throw out at second base.
Well, Fort Madison picked a guy off in the bottom of last inning. And Burkhart catches the runner napping there.
Crazy. Sorry.
Frazee at the plate. Ground ball, Burkhart got a chance. It goes out of play. Boy, Burkhart, he's a great fielding pitcher. That's all I can say. I mean, he was on that like white on rice. He's made a couple great plays already out there. We may have a score for you. Nope. Jessica Ellison likes to post. I appreciate you. There's no scoreboard tonight. 4-2, 2 outs, runner at first base. Fly ball. Catcher coming back. That's Westerkamp, and he squeezes it. And that's all she wrote.
And the pop out to the catcher ends the inning with the 2 unassisted.
So Burkhart bends, but he doesn't break.
The top half of the fourth, the score is now Bloodhounds 2, Trojans 4.
Well, that pickoff at second base really seemed to change the momentum there. And a great play by Westerkamp. I really think he's a terrific catcher. And that was what Mount Pleasant did not do, was catch pop-up foul balls.
I know.
Well, we can get back to showing you some more of these Keaton Wynn baseball cards here. This is a numbered to 99 card.
I don't think
It's a numbered Ray Wave card right here. This is a blue Ray Wave numbered card. This is a negative. You can see it very good, but that's what it is. A purple mini diamond. You can kind of see it sparkling out there. And a pink mini diamond, and this one's numbered.
Up for the Trojans, the left fielder, number 24, Jacob Crew.
Jacob, the wrecking crew, the number 9 hitter, but he has done quite a bit of damage from this spot here. Swing and a miss. Looks like Huey's still out there pitching. Both pitchers going the distance of the game here, at least the first 4 innings. But gets it down. Fields throws it away. And down to second base.
Crew at second on the bunt.
Goes Jacob Crew.
That brings up the leadoff hitter, number 6, Jason Workman.
Well, if the leadoff hitter can get on base, it really, really helps you be successful in baseball in any way it takes. No, a better throw would have got him, but it don't matter. Put the bat on the ball and run and see what happens. Leadoff hitter Dyson, he hit a home run. You throw the ball in that spot, and it's a 50-50 chance for it's a strike or a ball tonight. Another bunt, it gets down. He looks over. There's a collision at first base, and the ball comes out. I don't know exactly whether it's a safe or out, but the run definitely scores, and it's 5-2.
Action on the field as they figure out what's.
I'll put that little part in play here that you can see it.
That is.
But there was a pretty hard collision there. Nobody's fault. It was just that's where the ball was thrown, and I do not know whether it was safe or out. Do you guys know whether it was safe or
I
out?
don't know they're talking about it. Question is can the runner keep the fence? If it's interference on the fielder, they will be fixed on that. So,
Not 100% sure whether that was interference or not.
I don't know if it's a
I wouldn't think it was, but
interference.
Except a little, it they don't smell.
It didn't look like it felt good.
well, we've had some injuries on collisions at first base over the last year. There was a couple of them, I remember. And he's safe. And if he's safe, that ain't interference.
The run scores. Let's hope both gentlemen are okay.
Well, they look like they're
While we have a break in the action, reminder that the concession stand is open. We do have food, drinks, popcorn, and watermelon. So get snow cones.
If you ever get a chance to come down here to Fairfield, they have great hamburgers. Really great ones.
Later in the season, I'm sure. Oh, we have hats. Get them while they're going. They're going hot. They're going fast.
Well, if you're watching, keep tuned in because we're already in the bottom of the 4th inning here. 5-2 currently, as the Trojans did get a run there. The umpires and Fort Madison's Coach Shimmick is out there talking things over. He probably didn't benefit from that call. For certain.
Stick around after today's varsity game for the JV game between the Bloodhounds and the Trojans. And a reminder that there is softball over on the right over the first base dugout. JV is going on right now, and varsity will be later tonight. So a lot of baseball and softball. Stick around all night long here at Fairfield Middle School.
Runner at first base, and I'm not sure if is there any outs?
Dane The pitcher will be up now, number 8, with no outs.
Well, there's some really rough hitters coming up here. Nobody out. 1 run already in. Huey. He fielded a bunt. He got the ball over there on time, but they weren't able to catch it. And he went down to second and scored on that play to go to first. And Dane Burkhart drives. The center fielder going back. He gets it. He drops it. He picks it, catches it, I guess.
Burkhart with the fly out to center.
It come out of his glove, but it looked like he got it.
That brings up number 5, the right fielder, Archer Gruder.
Well, he liked that first pitch he saw, and he swung at it real hard and drove it. And the left fielder got a hold of it, or center fielder, I mean. We hit it right back up the middle. Kruder. 1 out, 1 on. Strike on the outside corner. Fourth inning brought to you by Henshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. Runner goes. Ball in the dirt. He's in there standing up. He picked a good pitch to go on there. Ground ball. 1 out, runner in scoring position down there at second base. Archer Kruder at the plate. We got a Weisinger and Angie Coleman both following us. We appreciate you there. All that stuff helps, folks.
So what do you know, Jeff?
Nothing out of that for performance.
I haven't seen really the emails from Gruder. If it good turnout.
Yeah, the
Good participation.
Kruder looking to drive in a run from the left side here. Ball outside. I think he was focusing a little bit too much on the runner at second base and not throwing a strike there. Huey's their probably number 2 guy. Their number 1 guy doesn't have any innings left to pitch. We'll be here tonight at 7:30 as Mid-Prairie Golden Hawks come to town. They always have a great team up there. Hey, we got the biggest audience we've had all night long. Thanks so much. Drive. Oh, just a few feet foul. I appreciate you guys watching. We only have this already the bottom of the 4th. It's been a pretty quick inning, a well-played game. 5-2 currently. Fairfield on top. Drive. Ground ball. Moves the runner and a productive out. Right there.
Gruder is out on the fielder's choice.
But the runner moves up.
Brings up the second, or number 2, the center fielder, Ethan Bisgard.
Well, they got 2 runs in the second inning, 2 runs in the third. They're looking to get a second run here somehow. It could happen in a lot of ways. Ball 1. Ethan Bisgard. Biz Quick, I like to call him because he's so fast.
It is 5-2.
Swings. He got that one timed. It came straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Any kind of a hit will score that run. But also a pass ball would score the run. Swing, ground ball, foul. Now, just any kind of ground ball, Bisgard is dangerous on because he's so fast. He already beat 1 out tonight. And he fouls that one back. That's a 3rd foul ball. And it's him. The ball got away.
Bisgard makes his way to first base on the hit by pitch. That brings up the shortstop, number 10, Voss Richardson. They're going to say that it's back. So you're going to the, he's not my hour list. He's not their hour list. He's your hour list.
Pops him up, straight up. Third baseman Ellison comes in and he squeezes it and he gets him out of that jam.
And the third baseman retires.
So Huey gets out of that without his too much trouble.
At the end
The Trojans do scratch one in.
5, Bloodhounds 2.
5-2. And we're moving to the fifth inning. I got a few more of these here cards for you. This is a Keaton Wynn base card and it's autographed. And here's the best autograph I have. It's a Ray Wave. It's blue. It's numbered to 150 and it's autographed by the man himself, Keaton Wynn. And I got one more for you. It wouldn't be complete without a graded card, and this one is graded to 10. We want to congratulate Keaton Wynn on such an outstanding season. And these cards are available for anybody that's supporting Round Guy Radio, and the proceeds from the sale of that will be used to help bring you more baseball this summer. Burkhart back on the mound for the fifth inning. The fifth inning is going to be brought to you by the Fairfield Trojans house rep, and that is Jeff Shipley. And we want to congratulate Jeff Shipley as he advanced in the primaries to represent him, and he'll go on to the general election and be on the ballot for his fifth term. Hey, we got the biggest audience we've ever had for a Fairfield Trojans game at one time. I appreciate you guys so much breaking that record for us. If somebody could hit it, give us a like or a comment, tell us where they're listening from, what team they're cheering on. Because this game is still up for grabs. 5-2.
Up for the Bloodhounds, number 8.
And we broke the record again.
Baseman Jay Ellison.
Never nervous. Purvis Ellison. Ground ball, it could be a good one. The shortstop gets it. Steps, plants, and fires, and they got him. That might have been the best shortstop play I have seen in the entire year. Voss, the boss, Richardson goes to his right.
Brings up the right fielder, number 15, Owen Weisinger.
Jay Ellison, who is a terrific athlete all the way around, good, really good basketball player. Put a good, hit that ball right on the screws. But a terrific play by Voss Richardson. Owen Adams has made a play just like that, going away from the base, and so did Voss Richardson. The defense has been terrific for the Trojans this year. Fouls it off. And this is Weisinger. He's the leadoff hitter. He's been on base tonight. Foul ball. So Burkhart continually just kind of gets outs. He's got one out here, facing the leadoff hitter. Fouls it off. A little behind on that pitch. Fort Madison, I think, has some new players because I'm not recognizing a whole lot of their players. Foul ball. Singer is staying alive like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. Ground ball, first baseman picks it up, tosses it to the Burkhart. Burkhart does everything right out there. 2 outs.
One put out at first for the second out.
Fields his position. He covers first base.
The pitcher, number 10, Reese Hewitt.
He stays in the strike zone. He battles and battles. And this is going to be a big inning, as this is the 5th inning. Just misses a little bit with that one. Well, this is Huey. He's the pitcher. And he needs some runs so he could do himself a favor by getting on base. Wow, curveball. Didn't quite break across the plate, but I thought it was going to hit the batter. Then it moved inside enough. Ooh! He is coming inside on this hitter. Foul fist that one off his hands.
Kruger tracks that one down.
Kruger.
Foul right field.
It's a lot of ground to get to that ball.
And that retires the Bloodhounds at the top half of the 5th inning. The score remains Trojans 5, Bloodhounds 2.
5-2 lead. Burkhart really doing a great job trying to pick up his second win of the week. The Trojans are liking the home cooking this year. If they can get it, they'll be 3-0 in the conference if they can make this lead stand up. Well, Huey is still pitching too, and he's pitched a pretty good game. He hasn't had as good a defense behind him as the Trojans have, but they played a good enough game in most games to win. If you're listening, if you're viewing for the Fort Madison Bloodhounds, I appreciate you. And if you're viewing this game for the Fairfield Trojans, I'm also appreciating you. There's a couple great schools, and this is a big, big rivalry. We're talking 50 years of playing against each other. Westerkamp, the big fella. And the Trojans could sure use some more runs to give themselves a little cushion here.
Up for the Trojans, number 3, catcher Aiden Westerkamp.
This inning brought to you by Jeff Shipley. Pops him straight up. Second baseman coming in. Takes off his hat.
Second baseman gets the can of corn in the infield.
One pitch, 1 out.
With 1 out, that brings up the first baseman, number 7, Jackson Coleman.
Well, Jackson Coleman was 3 feet away from having a second home run of the year, as he drove that ball long and hard.
Caught up right away.
Fly ball, center fielder hustling in. He squeezes it. 2 up and 2 down.
Out to center field for the second out of the inning. That brings up the second baseman, number 4, Owen Adam.
Once again, I want to congratulate Jeff Shipley on advancing He has 3 schools in his district: Van Buren, Fairfield, and Mount Pleasant. Swing and a miss. He cooled off this whole stadium. It's pretty warm. It was 89 or so, I think, when this game started. Missed with that one. Once again, there is no scoreboard, but the score is 5-2 currently, 2 outs. Ground ball up the middle, and that's going to get through. And the Trojans have not had a 1-2-3 inning.
A single to center field.
Owen Adam.
Up the left fielder, number 24, Jacob Crew.
Jacob Crew has played a terrific left field and made some outstanding plays out there. Owen Adam looks like we're going to have another courtesy runner. But Owen Adam has consistently just got on base over and over.
Adam as pinch runner is number 12, Hank Conzel.
Hank Conzel coming in, hammering Hank. Trying to contribute to this game with his feet here. There's not. Strike on the outside corner. That was a really good pitch by Huey. This is Huey's best inning so far out there on the mound. The Wrecking Crew. Strike on the inside. Paints the outside corner, then comes back and paints the inside corner. Huey's looking pretty sharp out there. This got to give it to him. Ball upstairs. Runner goes. Ball inside. They throw it down. Not in time. And Hammer and Hank was fleet of feet on that one. He got a nice break, made a good slide, and he got in there. Well, the Wrecking Crew has a man in scoring position. Let's see if they can't put a run on the board here. He gets his hands on there. I think this is going to drop. This interviewer coming hard. It doesn't drop. It does drop.
Crew with the single.
And Hank Conzel
brings in Conzel, who is running for Owen Adam.
Makes a contribution here. 6-2.
2 in favor of the Trojans. It brings up the designated hitter for the Trojans, number 6, Jason Workman.
Well, Jason Workman coming up to the plate. He's working for a living, and he had a home run earlier this week. It was a solo homer. He's got a chance to do it again with a guy on base. Oh, that was close. That was close. The Wrecking Crew. Oh, and Coach Shimmick does not agree at all. He wants to go to the replay. But unfortunately, this isn't the major leagues. Well, they're going to go ahead and talk about it. You know, it could go one way or the other. He didn't quite get his hand back in there like he should have. He was ahead of it. Six to two, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. Runner at first base. Workman for a living at the plate. He's shown some power already. I was hoping for a home run tonight. We haven't got it yet. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks, and it hits him.
Dead ball on the hit by pitch. Workman works his way down to first base with runners.
And that brings up Dyson, or that brings up Dane Burkhart.
The pitcher, number 8, Dane Burkhart.
The returning Southeast Conference Player of the Year coming to the plate. The Trojans won the conference with a walk-off home run against Burlington on the last day of the game with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Burkhart, what can he do? He hit it right on the screws last time, but pretty close to the center fielder. He didn't have to move much. Almost over his head. Ball in the dirt. And I'm starting to think that Huey might be fatigued a little bit. Does look like they got a guy kind of loosening his arm up down there. But Burkhart could really help himself out a lot. Boy, that was a nice pitch. Trojans' defense has been stellar tonight. Throw back down to second base. Heads up by the base runner. He's back. Ground ball up the middle. Burkhart drives in a run, 7-2.
Burkhart scores another Trojan run, extending the lead to 5, 7-2.
7-2. Here in the bottom of the 5th.
The right fielder, number 5,
Archer Kruder.
And we have a pause in the action.
And I think we're going to get a new pitcher coming in here. I think it was a valiant effort by Huey, but I do think he's laboring out here. He's getting a little fatigued. And they might be stalling a little time to give this guy warming up in the bullpen a little bit of time.
Fairfield fans, reminder, there are hats for sale at the concession stand. Get them while they're hot. And speaking of hot, get that food while it's hot. Get that ice cream and drinks while they're cold. And the water.
It's a hot night in the old town tonight. Getting some varsity action for you. The Trojans have looked terrific, particularly in these conference games. You know, with the spring sports, it makes it hard. You know, the soccer's still going on, and they got the golf going on, they got the track going on, and some of these guys play multiple sports, and they can't all be there at the beginning of the season. But once they got all their guys, it really looked like they're getting in mid-season form here. Angie Coleman liking our post. We appreciate you, Angie. Your son's a great player, if that is your son. Ground ball.
And the runner is out.
Somehow.
And with that, the Trojans are retired and they ended the 5th inning. Score 7-2 in favor of the Trojans.
Well, that's all she wrote there for the Trojans. But they scratch in another run or two, and it's 7-5. Dane Burkhart gets an RBI. He's looking to be the Packwood Locker player of the game in my book so far tonight. And he comes back out for another inning. I don't think he's overworked. He's done a pretty good job limiting their action. Since I'm out of Keaton Win cards, I'll show you a few other baseball cards we got for sale over here. I'm going to be in doing my first show at Principal Park here is Leo DeVries. I got that recently. This is a beautiful numbered gauge jump. First Bowman's. Brandon Tunick, Los Angeles Dodgers. First Bowman. Twins #1 prospect and 14th overall, Walker Jenkins autograph.
Up for the Bloodhounds, #2, the center fielder, Owen Huffman.
Edwin Florentine, Reptilian. And an Eli Willits, Reptilian. Well, Fort Madison has 6 outs left, and they're down 5 runs, 7-2. Ball outside. Owen Hoffman, he's a sophomore, #2. Playing center field. Ground ball. Oh my God, he gets to it and he throws him out. Oh.
Owen Adam with the
Gold Glove play.
That brings up the catcher, #4, Stefan Burlett.
That was a terrific play by Owen Adam. Owen Adam was also in American Graffiti. Directed the movie Night Shift. Ball upstairs. Pop him up. Boss Richardson calling everybody off, camping underneath it, and he squeezes it. I'm telling you, that's one of the if you're coaching the team, learn to catch pop-ups. It'll win you more games than about your hitting. There's easy outs, and you just get them. Well, they're down to 5 outs here. Bartlett coming to the plate. He's the catcher. He gets it down in the corner. Great job by the left fielder getting to the ball, and he's got a double. That was the best hit ball for Fort Madison all night long, right down the line. But
7-2.
Jacob the Wrecking Crew did a terrific job out there. But they got a runner in scoring position, and I believe this guy may have drove in a run already tonight. This is a big feller named Nolan Lamb. He's the DH. He's got one job, and that's to hit. Ball outside.
Can be.
Do yourself a favor and rewatch one of that first game between Mount Pleasant and Fairfield. It's posted on the YouTube page.
Yeah. First year, 12. Right.
2 balls and a strike. Strike right in there with a nice little curveball. He doesn't throw that very much. When he does, pretty effective with it. Pops him up. It's a short one. It could land. Boss Richardson goes backpedaling and he gets it, and that's all she wrote.
Is out to shallow left center for the
Here.
3rd out of the inning. In
the 6th inning.
After the top half of the 6th, Fairfield 7, Bloodhounds 2.
Well, the 6th inning is going to be brought to you by Helena Hayes. She actually does cover part of Jefferson County, and she does have some constituents that go to Fairfield. She does it upper two tiers of townships. So the northern part is represented by her. She's helping us out with the Fairfield Trojan coverage this year. And she won her primary race very handily. And we appreciate her and congratulate her on winning the primaries and moving on and trying for her third term as House Rep for the district. What are we doing? National anthem in again? Oh, softball's doing their national anthem. So we'll take a little pause for the cause here. And the cause is the greatest nation in the history of the world. Take a moment to thank all of our military members out there. They have done the most outstanding job I've ever seen a military do in the last couple years. Working hard to keep this country safe and the whole world safe. Well, it looks like Huey's back out for the sixth inning. The score is 7-2. Fairfield's ahead. But they got another opportunity to put some runs on the board. They may not have to bat in the seventh.
Leading off this inning for the Trojans, number 2, Ethan Bisgard.
Ethan Bisgard, the cleanup here, Bill Bisquick. He's got a leg hit or two tonight. And he sends that one foul out of play. I promised the family Burger King when this is all over. A swing and a miss. Ooh, he thought about swinging at that, but held up. Bottom of the sixth inning. Swing and a miss, and he strikes him out on a curveball or a changeup, but he was way out in front of it.
On the strikeout. That brings up the shortstop, number 10, Voss Richardson.
Voss Richardson coming up to the plate. And he made one of the best plays, for sure the best play from any shortstop I've seen so far this year in this game earlier. And it really stopped the big rally that Fort Madison had going. Ball outside. I appreciate so many people watching. We had the biggest audience we've ever had tonight for high school baseball on YouTube, anyway. I know it's been kind of a struggle. We were on Spotify for the first few years, and then we went over to Podbeam and went to Facebook, and now on YouTube. But after looking it over, YouTube is the right platform for us to be on. Well, that curveball's working for Huey. Drive! Base hit! And the
Richardson with the one-out single.
Voss
That
Richardson
brings up the catcher, number 3, Aiden Westerkamp.
Westerkamp certainly has the wingspan and the frame to hit the ball hard and a long ways. And the Trojans continue to just make contact, get on base, and put runs on the board. Throw over. He's back. Throw over. He's back. There'll be a JV game after this, but we won't be covering it.
Something that I can go potty and not have to leave the group.
Ball outside. Westerkamp. Well, he may have reached his pitch limit, but I think that's all she wrote for Huey.
Are you coming back?
What?
Diet Mountain Dew.
Diet Dew?
All right, make it full strength.
We don't have Dew, remember?
Oh, what do you have?
Mellow yellow.
I'll take a mellow yellow.
They call him
We have a pitching change, and I'll get you information on the new pitcher here shortly.
I could see his number. It helped.
The number 5.
I can't tell. He's not turning his back to me.
I think it's number 5.
You probably got a better angle on it than I do.
I believe the pitcher is sophomore number 5, Owen Boyer.
Owen Boyer, it looks like, is in there, unless we're mistaken. 7-2 as the Trojans looking to go 3-0 in the conference with the doubleheader sweep of Mount Pleasant and not a comfortable lead, but there's only Fort Madison only has 3 outs left. I think people are getting off work as the numbers keep rallying for us as this game goes on. They've got the dog pound down there in Fort Madison, and they do a great job with their sports. You think a school the size of Fort Madison have a network covering them, but they don't. Neither does Burlington. Well, I think he's ready to go.
We'll step back up to the plate with a 1 ball, no strike count.
1 ball and no strikes. I believe there's 1 out and 1 on. Ball 2. Boyer coming in. Ball upstairs, runner breaks, they might have him. I felt better if he slid there, but I guess he got in there. Looked like the tag was on him. But a runner in scoring position as it is. And the Trojans just continue to be very aggressive on the base paths. Nope, that's a strike. I thought that was pretty close to a strike if it wasn't one. 2 strikes on the batter. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped a little bit, but I think it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. A walk would be good for the Trojans. Any kind of a hit. Throw it back. He's safe. Throw it to second base on him. But I don't know. Pitchers can get a little bit worried about the base runners and forget about that hitter. Runner breaks. It's a drive. Center fielder coming in, coming in, coming in. Outfielder or shortstop coming out. Woo!
The fly out to center.
A lot of backspin on that ball. That ball just kept coming back towards the infield.
Second with Jackson Coleman, the first baseman, number 7, stepping to the plate.
But with 2 outs, Jackson Coleman, and he's had a terrific night tonight. And he's drove in some runs and scored some runs. Once again, he had a huge home run. And he almost hit one out tonight. He was 3 feet away. It's that one part of the fence that's higher. Otherwise, anywhere else in the ballpark, that ball's been gone. Swing and a miss, boy. He had eyes on a home run there. Wow, there's a big crowd here tonight. The Trojans looking to scratch. One more run in with 2 outs. 1 ball and 1 strike, I think, maybe.
Yep.
Ground ball. It went down the first base line to get an RBI earlier in the game. But I think he's down 1-2 here. Umpires, I think, are doing a terrific job tonight. And almost every night. Had to use the have not had to use the charger tonight. I think we're safe. Fouls that one off.
Jeff's on.
Trojans with a 7-2 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
In the softball.
Okay.
But he's going to be at the concession stand.
Okay.
Swing and a miss, and that's all she wrote for the inning. No runs across.
And that retires the side for the Trojans.
Boyer comes in and does a really great job in relief.
Trojans 7, Bloodhounds 2.
7-2. Will Dane Burkhart come out for the 7th inning? Well, the 7th inning is going to be brought to you by the Packwood Locker of Packwood, Iowa. And we will also be looking at a Packwood Locker player of the game. And Dane Burkhart going over to third base. So it's a save situation for whoever we got in here.
Owen Adam.
Owen Adam. Well, he's done a spectacular job hitting and a spectacular job playing second base. Let's see if he can get a record a save here, just like Pete and Wynn did yesterday, getting a 1-0 win for the San Francisco Giants.
Number 4, Owen Adam.
I'm not sure have I seen Owen Adam pitch this year yet or not?
I don't know if you have.
I think so. He didn't pitch in that doubleheader. I don't think he pitched against Grinnell. But Burkhart gives you a good, solid 6 innings tonight. 2 runs allowed. Got some RBIs. He's looking at being the player of the game. Although Voss Richardson, Owen Adams, and Jacob Crew have flashed some serious leather in this game. Well, Frazee
Leading off for the Bloodhounds in this inning, the top of the 7th. First baseman, number 20, Cade Glenn.
He misses with the first pitch. Ball downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Blind at the plate. Left-hander. You got that one in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. We're in the 7th inning. Brought to you by the Packwood Locker of Packwood, Iowa. I've got some friends coming over for a barbecue Saturday night, and we're going to have some half burgers, half bacon sandwiches, hamburgers from the Packwood Locker. He gets a little piece of it. He's a little late. The Trojans need 3 outs, and that's it. And unless Fort Madison get at least 5 runs in these 3 outs, so they really need to get this leadoff guy on. If he can get on base, it'll bode well to rally for a win here. And he walks the leadoff batter.
Glenn draws the base on balls. And that brings up number 3, the second baseman, Case Frazee.
Frazee coming up. And if this bottom of the order can get some guys on base, maybe the top of the order can pick them up. This is a number 8 hitter. Ground ball up the middle. I think that's Countryman over there. Second base.
First and second, no outs, and that brings up the third baseman, number 8, Jay Elliston.
Well, the Fort Madison Bloodhounds very quickly get some runners on base. The first 2 runners on base here in the top of the 7th inning. Oh, and I'm told the junior high had won their first game 14-4. Outstanding. And Jay Wyckoff hit a 3-run home run. Ground ball. Pitcher gets it, throws it to second. They get 1, and they get 2. How about that?
They turn the double.
Countryman with the relay.
Looked like the 1-6-3.
Maybe that was Voss Richardson.
2 outs. That brings off the leadoff hitter for the Bloodhounds, right fielder number 18, Owen Weissenberg.
Oh, I've seen that. Boy, Jay Elson hitting into some tough luck there. They really flashed the leather on him tonight. Well, Weiskopf up with a runner at third base and 2 outs. Ground ball fouling out of play. No balls in a strike. Owen Adams looking to be like Pekin Panther graduate. Keaton win. And get a save. Keaton got 1 last night. It's like a 2.30 ERA in 27 innings. Strike. Oh, that had to be a strike, and it was. Woo! He's got him in a hole. Run 90 foot away. It's 5-2. Strike. Strike 3, and that's all she wrote. Well, we'll go ahead and name
third out of the inning on the strikeout.
Dane
The Trojans
Burkhardt
win
as
7-2
the
in this conference
Packwood
matchup
Locker
with the
player of the
Deadly
game.
Wisconsin Bloodhounds.
And the Trojans are
Stick
off to an
around for the
outstanding
daily game
start.
to follow.
That makes them 7-3 on the season. It makes them 3-0 in the conference. And we'll show you a little good sportsmanship as these two teams, they really played hard with each other tonight. And it was a pleasure to bring you this game. We'll be back tomorrow night as Mid Prairie comes here. That game's going to be a 7:30 start.